Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the two Dum Yinzers. What's going on, Big Mike?
What up, what up, what up?
Shit. 224, man. This is episode 224. I got so much to talk about today. National championship last night. So much going on there. We got hockey back in action this evening. Some more carryover Pittsburgh Steelers stuff. We got all kind of things here. Oh, and I also got a couple special things for you at the end of the show, Mike. So it's going to be a lot of fun today.
Oh, God.
So get prepared. Episode 224. If I could just get these damn pens. I always tell Ali, I say, get stuff for the, for the studio office kind of things. We always need pens. We always need this. And she gets these pens, Mike.
Oh, these pens are the greatest pens ever.
I
was using them at work today.
If they weren't frilly and glittery.
Oh, no. You look past that because you have to see what they say on them.
And I'm just having the hardest time getting this pack open.
Oh, wait till you start reading them. Start reading them, dude. They are.
So yeah, let me read what these pens are. So this is, I tell her to get some pens for the studio, or we try to keep it somewhat professional here.
Oh, so no.
When I get in this pack, I get these glitter pens, and you see they're glittery, and there must be 7 of them. There's 7, and they each have a name, Mike. Each of these pens. So I'll start at the beginning of the week. The first one is Motherfucking Monday. Motherfucking Monday.
Beautiful.
There we go.
You can't go wrong with Monday.
You can't go wrong with Motherfucking Monday. Throat Punch Tuesday.
No, you can.
Throat Punch
Tuesday. Yes. I rocked that one today at work.
Wish a Bitch Would Wednesday. I really like that one. Wish a Bitch Would Wednesday. I really like
that. I can't wait for that. We can't read that.
Thunder Cunt Thursday. I do really like that.
Thunder
Cunt Thursday. Okay.
I love it.
I could hang with that. Let's see. This purple one here. Okay, maybe it's the green one. Fuck Off, It's Friday. Fuck Off, It's Friday. I like that one.
Me too.
Shit Show Saturday. Purple one here is Shit Show Saturday. I mean, I could use all these during the week every day, and they could really have meaning. And here's one for you for Sundays, Mike. Suck a Dick Sunday. Suck a Dick Sunday for Mike. I'll send this over your way.
You know what? You suck one dick, and you're just a cocksucker for life.
So
one of the greatest comments I've ever heard in my life.
I have ample glittery pens. If anybody needs one, there they are. Mike, a lot of stuff going on. We had the big national championship last night between TCU Horned Frogs and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I felt bad. I felt bad for TCU because it was pretty apparent right off the bat that this was not going to work out good or work out well. They were just they shouldn't have been on the same field, and that's going to bring up something we're going to talk about here shortly. Yep. So TCU, they just didn't have an answer. There wasn't an answer. They had no answer, Mike, for anything. Georgia was just too big. They were too fast. They were too strong. They were too good. And, and TCU is a really good team. So, I mean, that kind of puts it in perspective of how good this Bulldogs team is. I would think that I would have rather been happy with Michigan winning that game. I mean, if that could have played out at all, because I think they would be a little bit more well-equipped to play a team like Georgia than a team like TCU is. I mean, they're battle tested. You're playing Ohio State every year. You just have more kids. You have better kids. It was hard to watch. I felt bad halfway through the game. And I mean, you could tell they go into halftime. I forget 38-7 or whatever it was. These guys knew it was over. You just have to go out there and get it done at that point. And
well, that was a drubbing, a major drubbing. Like I thought TCU was going to have a better show up more than that.
I did too. I was hoping they would, but we said this on the show. Which team are you going to get? You're going to get a team that's going to give Georgia a match, or you're going to give a team that just doesn't have it, and that was the latter. Unfortunately, was the situation. And that kind of brings up a question that all of us playoff extenders, like myself, I'm guilty myself. I'm always going on and on. Get more teams in there. You got better chances of getting these teams that aren't always in there to get them involved. However, is that such a smart thing? Because you're just probably going to see more of what you saw today. You're probably always going to see the top 4 teams getting to where it's the Final Four.
Yeah.
A team like Alabama, that was better. I think, just athletically, just a better team than TCU should have been in the playoffs this year. If you're going to put TCU in and consider the strengths of teams, but of course, Alabama lost some games, so that unfortunately is what went against them. So the better team, in my opinion, was not the teams that were available in the playoff because of that situation. And what are you going to do? I mean, you can't be unfair to a team like TCU. They worked their asses off. They're undefeated. They did some really great things. You beat Michigan. So, you would have thought that the game wouldn't have been a trouncing. However, I'm going to tell you one thing. I like it, Mike, in a sense, because there's so many people lately. People at the bus stop, people at the store, people everywhere I go, everywhere I talk to. They're going on and on about how football seems fixed anymore. And there are some things where I think to myself, you know what? Every game does go down to that final drive, and every game is good now. What happened to the trouncing? Well, there it was. For anybody that thinks that the games are fixed, there is no one that could have benefited by this game being a 65-7 game. So if you want to look at an argument against the conspiracies of football games being fixed, I think this is a good one to look at because it's a national championship, big time stage. You want this game to be good. You want people to sit down and watch it because you have advertisements to sell the whole way through the game. So this, people, I think is a good argument that it might not be. I'm not saying that there's not weird things going on here and there. You don't know. What goes on behind closed doors. But Mike, I think this is a good example of that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the game was not fixed. I do think it does need to expand. I do think the playoff needs to expand. Because come on now, like I there's no way TCU really should have been there. But that's on Michigan, man. Michigan messed up. They should have won that game handedly, and they did not. So that's on Michigan. Oh God, I don't know. It does need to expand because I don't think if it would expand, TCU would not have made it into the national championship game. But being as there's only 4 teams, what are you going to do? So I think with more teams in there, you won't see something like that. This again, like a team like TCU who should not. I don't know, man. USC got trounced by Tulane.
They did get trounced, but these are the teams that would be in. It would have been USC. It would have been Oregon. It would have been those top, 6, 7, 8 teams.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Where where does this all equal out? I mean, are you just adding the teams now to add an extra week of football to make the revenue? You just really have to look at that because after last night's game, I think that is something to make people look long and hard at extending the football playoff because, like I said, you're always going to have your Georgias, you're always going to have Alabama, you're always going to have Ohio State, and the burden then becomes these teams that never are really in there to try to even be on the same field as them while they're making their run to their national championship. So, it's something that maybe this is, maybe this is why the whole time. Maybe these people knew this, and
I think this like unfairly though is going to hurt other teams that come up that aren't a part of the Power 5 conferences. You're going to be held like what happened to TCU is going to be held against you. Like, hey, we should be in here. We're like, well, yeah, the last time we let someone in that wasn't a Power 5 team, look what happened to them. They got destroyed. Right. So why should we let you in? That's unfairly going to affect some of these teams.
No, you're right. It's going to be something that smart people are going to have to sit down in a room and think long and hard about because it has a lot that goes along with it. It's not an easy call. And like I said, perhaps this has been the hold off for years and even the hold off going into, even formulating a playoff system in college football. So, Mike, it is good news, though. I mean, on top of winning the game 65-7, quarterback from Georgia, help me with his name.
Oh, God, where is it? I have him up right here right now. Oh, my God, I forget his name. What's his name? Bennett.
So Bennett, Mike, good news.
I remember his name.
He threw a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett. Yeah,
Stetson Bennett. That's the guy.
I was like, I knew it was Bennett something. I couldn't remember. 25-year-old baby.
I think he tied Joe Burrow's record for passing touchdowns in the national championship. But even better news for Stetson Bennett, Mike. He now qualifies since this game is over for AARP, and he will be able to start his retirement at the age of 65. I mean, 20, 25, 26.
20,
I see.
Hey, Kenny Pickett's not too far behind, baby.
I seen some numbers the other day that said that Josh Allen and this Bennett fellow, they're the same age.
That is insane.
And it said that Josh Allen is 5 years in the pros, and Bennett
Josh Allen's 26,
and this guy is 6 years in college, and they're the same age. So, we'll see what Bennett does. Yeah, put up a P.
Bennett's only 25. He's only 25. He's a year younger than Josh Allen, a year older than Kenny Pickett. I don't know why his age is being brought up.
Well,
because it's come on now, like no one cared about like draft experts and stuff like that cared about Kenny Pickett's age last year. That was held as like a good thing. He's more mature, blah blah blah. So why wouldn't this guy be seen as more mature?
To be honest with you, Mike, I don't give.
I'm not trying to pick on Kenny. I'm just trying to figure out like where these.
No, you're fine. I'm not even thinking. The reason I thought about the guy's age because I thought I could make a pretty good joke about it.
Yeah. No. I just started. I know it was a good joke. It was a funny joke, but it just makes me think like. It's weird how they evaluate some of these people.
Yeah. I don't know. Sure do well. One other thing I noticed about this Georgia team, Mike, was they were able to cycle guys out.
Oh yeah.
At this pace that TCU was almost. For one, you look at the game, and you're looking at the players from both sides. And in TCU, I mean, like I said, they're obviously undersized compared to what Georgia's bringing to the table. And one thing that I noticed was you could have the three guys on defensive line for Georgia. They'll play a play, and then those three guys will leave the field, and three fresh guys come on and play a play,
yeah.
And then those three guys leave the field, and three fresh guys come on and play a play. Mike, it was like trying to fight the Chinese in a war where it just never stopped for TCU. They just kept coming, and no matter what you did and let's say you were able to have a successful play, which there wasn't many, believe me. They just would take them guys out, bring in the next set with fresh legs, fresh mind. They came in and did it. Very impressive, Mike. Very impressive what Georgia's doing. And from what you're saying on the game last night, they have quite a few years looking good ahead of them with the way that guys are leaving, and they still got the underclassmen. With that being said, one most annoying thing that I thought about this game was, and I found it extremely annoying. I don't want to look at the announcers. When I'm watching a football game, on the left side of the screen, there was the announcers from one side of the field, and then they would talk to the announcers from the other side of the field. And I was rather annoyed. And it wasn't like you could just turn the volume down because you still have to look at them. I just want to watch football. Why are you going to do this? Why do I have to look at the announcers the whole game? It was the whole game. I thought, okay, maybe they'll do it for a while and it'll stop.
Yeah,
Mike, it was the whole fucking game.
I love it. Why they do these certain things on these broadcasts, I will never understand.
I hated it. I hated it. You know what'll make me feel better?
Madam, I request that
there
you
we
immediately
go.
send me pictures detailing your beautiful bosom in support of the national holiday known as Titty Tuesday.
Titty Tuesday always makes me feel better. Always makes me feel better. I got a couple things I want to talk about before we start, Mike.
All right.
Not too far off subject. They're pretty online with the subject.
Yeah, right. 25 to 31 does seem like a good time to retire, P.
Hey, do you guys remember, P? How you doing this morning, brother? Mike, do you guys remember back? I think it was 2001, right before Michael Vick came out of Virginia Tech to go to the pros. He played in a national championship game. It was Florida State versus Virginia Tech, and the quarterback opposite of Michael Vick was no other than one Chris Wanke.
Chris Wanke.
Now, Chris Wanke, Mike, was 28 years old at the time of that game.
Yes.
Talking about you know what I mean? Wow, people would have had fun with that because 28 years old.
Yeah, it was like Brandon Whedon. You
You
know,
should have
he
your life
was
together at that point. I mean, somewhat.
you would hope you would have your life together. I'm
You're
like 42 and I don't have my life together.
you're still walking the halls, and I mean, Chris Wanky. I don't know.
Georgia took TCU or TLC to heart, no scrubs. Well, good thing they didn't go full Left Eye Lopez, man. They didn't burn the place down.
Yes.
Like I saw like all the memes. It was like the pregame speech is showing that clip. Like here's the inside look to the locker room, the pregame speech, and it's showing the coach from Remember the Titans.
Oh
Not the
yeah,
Denzel
right.
coach going, just show them no mercy. They're not going to get another inch, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then run
Put
it
P's
up.
last one up real quick, would you? ESP. He did get drafted. He went to the Carolina Panthers, and he had a small career. It was what it was. It was exactly what you'd imagine when you think of a Chris Wanky career.
A Chris Winky career.
I mean, your body's starting to go at that point, and so you had what you had. Mike, a couple things I do want to talk about. All right, I'm changing my Super Bowl pick.
Oh,
And let me tell you why.
All right.
Sometimes you get engaged with people on social media. Sometimes they comment on your post or like it or share it. So I had something up over the past day about I think I even sent it to you. It was a comparison between Kenny Pickett and Josh Allen's rookie numbers.
Yeah.
So anyway, this person, they shared it, and I'm allowed to, just by clicking when it comes through and says that this person shared your post, by just clicking on the link, it takes you right to their share. And this guy, he's going on. I don't know if he's talking to his girlfriend. He's talking to a female, but he has the Buffalo Bills helmet up in the corner. And he's going on and on about, look how jealous these guys are. Look how jealous. They just wish that he was Josh Allen. They listen. I mean, I want to make something crystal fucking clear. Okay, give me a moment, Mike. I just have to air my grievances, please. Let me make this crystal clear. There's nothing about Buffalo that I or most people from this neck of the woods are jealous of. I'm just telling you, if you want to brag about your quarterback, I congratulate you. Good job for sucking for so long that you were able to snag that kind of guy. And also, congratulations for never, ever, 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 ever being able to win a championship in the Super Bowl era of the NFL. And there's nothing, Mike, nothing about Buffalo that I feel jealous about. I wanted to get on and just mention that, because like, you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to wear a Buffalo Bills anything. And two, I'm changing my pick. And the reason I had the Bills pick, because I thought they was going to be the team to win the Super Bowl this year, but I'm changing it. I don't want to and I am. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go with the Chiefs again. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win it, and Buffalo doesn't even make it past Cincinnati. That's where I'm going. I'm going to say my Super Bowl team out of the AFC will be the Chiefs, who will beat the Bengals this time around, who will beat the Buffalo Bills in the second or whatever. That's my change, Mike. I'm changing my pick. And it's just because of the stupidity. Like I said,
I'm doubling down. I am doubling down on the Bills now. I'm with P. We're winning one for Jim and Thurman Thomas.
And that's funny and fantastic and awesome and all. But in all seriousness, there is nothing about this team that I or anybody that I've ever talked to in my immediate life that has ever been said that ever made me think that they were jealous of the Buffalo Bills. Jealous was definitely not the word. Maybe I don't know. I good for them. Like I said, good job. You stunk so long that you were able to put this together. Good for you. That's awesome.
I am jealous of their quarterback. I'm jealous of their wide receiver. I'd love to have Stephon Diggs.
I don't know if the word's jealous. Okay, yeah, it'd be cool. Whatever, they're good, but jealous. Come on, that word's.
Well, no, I'm really I'd rather have him over our current quarterback, but my God, we had Ben. Ben won us 2 Super Bowls. Josh Allen has not. No, it's because I'm rational.
No.
Very rational, baby.
Very unrational.
I'm very rational.
Well, we have a test later. We have a test. We're gonna do it here right
Oh,
on
to
the
see if
show.
I'm a real Steeler fan or not.
Yes. I have
Oh,
special thing. I
see if
have
I'm a see if so real Steeler fan equals Homer fan. Jealous
no.
of
That's not. I have
no, I'm
something
fine.
special.
Jealous of living
Don't
in
try to ruin the surprise. I have big things going on here.
jealous of
Living in the vicinity of Buffalo. Nah.
nah.
You know what? I can't imagine anybody would even be jealous of living up there. It's terrible. The weather's just nonstop bullshit. It's bad here, but it's like 100 times worse up there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there is nothing. Believe me. And this isn't backtracking, or this isn't. You know. There's nothing about that team. And you know what? You know what? And they haven't won anything yet. Here's the thing. They haven't won anything, Mike. Nothing. They've won nothing. They've had a couple of good seasons after 40 fucking years. Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm jealous. Well, maybe of OJ Simpson. Get the fuck out of here with your Bills. What a fucking joke.
Oh,
Well, then they're going to come back and
my man is going off.
they'll
today.
come back and they'll say, "Oh, where's your team at? Who's Pittsburgh play this week?" Okay, dickhead, we could have done that for the last fucking 100 fucking years. So you fucks, nobody even fucking cares about Buffalo. That's the thing.
Yeah,
if anybody even cared about Buffalo, when why are these people paying so much attention to what we're saying? Shouldn't you be paying attention to what you got going on in the playoffs?
Right?
Fuck
Like when's
Buffalo.
the last time Buffalo won anything?
Nothing, Mike. They won nothing. They've never won ever.
They've never won.
And I don't care about 4 Super Bowl trips in a row. You lost them all. You might as well not even been there.
May as well be Canada. Canadian.
They are.
Well, you know what? They're not as polite as Canadians, and they don't have like all the fun stuff as Canada has. They're still Buffalo. Like, who cares about Buffalo?
You know,
Buffalo.
You couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything against the New England team for the past 20 years. Nothing. You got your ass beat so much you were able to finally put together a good team. What a joke.
Right now, I hate like you hate Josh Allen by proxy now.
I hate Buffaloes by proxy now.
Oh, so you were the one out there in the Old West killing all the buffalo.
No, not until yesterday. Now I'm going to kill buffalo.
Oh, all right, that's fair. Fair enough.
I was at the grocery store yesterday, and there was a lady standing there, Mike, and she was behind me in line, and she noticed I had my Steeler hoodie on. And which is why I just dread wearing my Steeler hoodie out, because it always grabs attention and starts conversations. Well, this lady who also had her Steeler over thing on, I don't know what it was, maybe a pullover. And you know, she turns to me, she looks down. I see her look down at my thing. I thought, oh, here it comes. And you know what she says to me, Mike?
What?
She goes, "Boy, that Minka Johnson's got to go."
That Minka Johnson.
That Minka Johnson has got to go. So maybe this lady's jealous.
That sounds like that lady
of your Buffalo Bills. But that's the kind of people that are jealous of your Buffalo Bills. Believe me.
Yeah.
The lady that thinks Minka Johnson has to go.
Was she drunk? I'm putting over under on that she was either drunk or cracked out of.
No, but use your imagination. She didn't seem to be under the influence. But with that being said, now use your imagination.
Oh yeah, she was flying high.
I think I seen her pushing the buggy home with her grocery. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything about people. I'm just saying this is you asked.
Yeah.
So Minka Johnson has to go.
I love it. I love it. This is why I love engaging with the Yinzer fans, because they are the best.
I was going to mix it up and start asking her questions about both guys. I was going to say, yeah, he's having a really bad year. He didn't have any. He has a record, actually. He got no touchdowns for the amount of catches that he made. And then I was going to switch it up. I was going to switch it up and then say something along the lines of him having the record for, having the most interceptions in the league since Mel Blount, a Steeler having that. And I was going to totally do it, but you know what? I thought, this is going to go, that will go on way, way too long, way longer after I would have got material. And it was just, so I went against it. I thought the Minka Johnson was good. I kept that in my back pocket. I wanted to bring that up today.
That one is good. I do like the Minka Johnson one.
Yeah. So Minka Johnson, there you go. Damar Hamlin is home, Mike. He's home as of yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Doing very well. I think everybody's glad to see this.
I like it. I'm happy.
I am too. I'm so glad for that kid. I'm so glad for his family. That's that's what it's about, man. You should be able to get to go home at the end of the day, and I'm glad that he is. So good for him, man. Keep healing, brother. So Mike, we do have a few other things I want to talk about here. I want to dive. You know what? Let's touch real quick on hockey. Penguins back at it tonight, 20-13-6, going at it with the Vancouver Canucks at home, who are 17-19-3. Trying to right the ship, Mike. We won one game. We're going to try to put two together, see what we can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. What do you think? This Vancouver team doesn't look too threatening. I mean, is this a chance for a win for us tonight?
It is a chance for a win for the Penguins, but this is the type of game that they have been losing, like a game that they should win.
Okay.
So, like with this Penguin team right now, until they put another nice stretch together, I am not going to believe in them. I wish I could. I want to, but it would not surprise me if they come out and lay an egg.
I think they're going to win tonight. You're more educated to this point on the hockey season than I am. I'm just going with my old theory that we are very streaky both ways. I think we're going to get back in the right lane tonight with a team like the Canucks. I think it's a good chance to be able to do that. But like I said, you are more in the know until the football is done being snapped. And then I'll hop over fully. But in the meantime, I have a really hard time making the transition entirely. So I'm going to follow your word. Also, at the end of the week,
that's a big mistake right there.
Also at the end of the week, either Thursday, Friday, I don't know. I'm going to have a special guest on. I'm going to have my son on, Mike. He's going to talk some basketball.
Oh, heck yeah.
To kind of get us caught up in the NBA world. I'm curious to see what the Lakers are doing and all these other teams. And
me too, because I love me some Lakers.
So
Mike, they are my team. We need basketball talk.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Like, how can you not have NBA talk?
See, I'm so what's the word? I'm so limited. I can only focus on one thing at once really well. You know what I mean? If I would take my attention,
and even then, that's a struggle for you.
If I would take my attention and put it on basketball, I'd have to give something else up.
Yeah.
I'm not that smart of a person. I
don't give up personal hygiene.
I don't have the extra. I don't have the storage space upstairs to keep some of this stuff. So I have
That's true.
Sacrifice to keep what I have.
That's why you just do what I do. Just wing it.
Yeah, I try. What did P just put up, Mike?
Oh, well, I can't wait to see this one.
I have a confession. I was a
that was a good team though, man. They were fun to watch with Paul Correa and Teemu Solani. They were fun to watch, and they had like the whole Mighty Ducks logo from the movie and shit.
Right.
Like, how could you not like?
You're almost a bad guy if you dislike that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't trust someone who's like, oh, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't trust people who did not like them in that era.
I'm going to let me see if I can't find it. I'm going to give you, Mike, names of looks like 9 teams.
All right.
You're going to tell me what the significance of these 9 NFL teams are. The Steelers, the Bengals, the Lions, the Chiefs, the Falcons, the Seahawks, the Jaguars, the Bills, and the 49ers. What do these 9 teams have in common, Mike?
Oh, wow.
You want them again?
Yeah.
The Steelers,
mm-hmm.
Bengals, mm-hmm. Lions, Chiefs, Falcons, Seahawks, Jaguars, Bills, and the 49ers.
I actually do not know.
Mike, they are the teams that are undefeated in 2023, baby. Yes. The Pittsburgh Steelers are undefeated in 2023. Take that, sucker.
I hate you so goddamn.
And here's the thing about this.
I'm trying to figure out like historical. Okay, no, a bunch of these teams haven't won Super Bowls and stuff like that.
Seattle, Jacksonville, Buffalo, 49ers, Bengals, Chiefs. most of those teams are going to lose, which is going to leave the Steelers, the Falcons, the Lions, and maybe one of those teams being the only undefeated teams going into the offseason this year after the Super Bowl is played. Yes, we are hanging on anything at this point to keep us alive since the Steelers were eliminated from the playoffs a couple days ago. I thought it was interesting, Mike. It's like one of them dumb jokes on New Year's Eve where you say, I'll see you next year.
See you next
It
year.
falls under that category, but you know what? I thought that, I could use that to fill a little space on the show. So there you go, Mike.
Hey, when you're down and out in the playoff, your team's on the playoffs, we have to find anything to be excited about.
Yes.
And
Also,
I'll take it.
I'll take
it.
Absolutely. I just have to cut back real quick to the national championship game before we move on. Shaquille O'Neal is to eat a frog, Mike. He's to eat a horned frog after losing a TCU bet last night on the game. Taking TCU, if they lose, he would eat a horned frog. If you see this anywhere or see it about to happen, please send me the link over. I have to see Shaq eating a horned frog.
Oh, God, that is disgusting.
Probably look like an M&M to him. I mean, how big he is,
Oh, God.
So... yeah,
eating a horned frog.
Yeah, I want to say I gotta see Shaq eat a horned frog because he makes everything fun anyway.
Oh, I can't get behind that, Shaq. You're on your own, buddy.
Matt Canada is still to the dismay of many Yinzers in the Western Pennsylvania area, still employed by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some people are saying that, he did well enough to stay around another season, which is just making, like on the Naked Gun movies, like where Leslie Nielsen gives the guy the bomb and everyone in the crowd goes, oh, and they smack their head. I could feel this. I could feel this all across Western PA. Mike, I think this is what's going to happen. The Steelers are classy. They're a classy organization. Mm-hmm. They're not going to fire him right after. They also, they mentioned something along the line of talking to Kenny, see what his comfort level is. I mean, this is the guy. This is who they're going to go with. Let's talk to the quarterback. I think they want to sit down. They're not going to go in, hand him a pink slip as of yesterday or today, tell him to hit the bricks like we all want him to. They will handle it very professionally. They're going to talk. They're going to really look into it, look at options, things like that, and then they'll handle their business. Do I think he will eventually get let go from the Steelers in this between now and the beginning of next season? I personally do. But like I said, it's going to take a process with the Steelers. It's not surprising me that, like I said, they didn't throw him out on his ass after the game was over, like most people wanted. It was an hour after the game, and I recall people already wanting his head on a platter. Mm-hmm. But I think we have to wait a little bit on this, guys. What do you think, Mike?
I don't think he's going to get fired. He's already on the staff. He works cheap. Why get rid of him? Tomlin said, hey, he improved throughout the season. The offense improved throughout the season. So, yeah, he's not going anywhere. I just have a feeling he's not going to go anywhere. No, he's not going anywhere, and it's going to suck. It's going to suck. But I just want to call back to everyone, a lot of people in the media, and they were saying, like, wait till Ben retires. Well, we'll get a quarterback in here. We can see Matt Canada's going to show you what he can do. And then all of a sudden they turned on him. But I think he's gonna be back next year. I don't want to see him back next year.
Well, Mike, we are running out of time, and I'm going to tell you why. This 6-season drought we have, Mike, without the Pittsburgh Steelers getting a win is the longest. It's the longest drought by the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl era. They've never went longer than 6 straight playoff non-wins, basically. Mm-hmm. So they've never went this long without winning a playoff game. Something's got to give at some point. We have good, we have bad, we have ugly. Come on, guys, get it together up there and let's figure out what we got to do. I think next year is going to go a lot better than this year. I think we get into the playoffs next year. I think it's going to be a little bit different. Do I think we're going to be on caliber of Chiefs and teams like that? No, not yet. But things are going to be better. And like I said, we got to get a playoff win at some point, man. It's starting to get pretty murky in that sense.
It is getting very, very murky. I can see them if they make it in next year. I can see them getting at least one win.
I do too, man.
Like right now, the way the team is, and people progress the way they do, yeah. And I'm oh god, I can't wait till the off season. I can't wait.
Well, it's the off season for us.
That's true,
Mike. During the off season, your boy Pat Fryermuth will have to nurse his knee. Apparently, he had a nice injury on the old what is it? The MCL, ACL,
the MCL.
Okay. But being that it is where it is in the season and the offseason just started, he will not require surgery. Just got to do a lot of TLC and get himself back to health, and he will be, Mike. He will be ready to go next year
because he's going to be a key cog in this offense next year.
Huge.
Oh God, yeah.
Mike, also another player, Calvin Austin III. It is noted that he was the only player that was He was the only player that routinely beat Sauce Gardner off the line in college. Mike, he comes out and he makes the comment and says, "I feel that I will be able to contribute immediately in 2023. I hope that's the case. I hope we're able to work him in." Do some, after some adjustments and changes to the roster. Mike, I cannot wait to see this guy. I want to see the Jets on this guy.
Me too. I can't wait to see him. It's always exciting. Like, you have this guy sitting there. You have this shiny toy sitting there that you can't use just yet.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, he turns out to be the legit, which Steelers track record with wide receivers. I'm more willing to lean towards being excited. Sight unseen on this guy, just because of the success we've had with wide receivers.
One of the viewers or somebody that responded to a post of ours last night said that his 40 is just like a couple 0.0 something slower than Tyreek Hill. Yeah. Like Tyreek Hill's like maybe I don't quote me on the numbers because I don't know, but it was something along the lines of Tyreek Hill's like a 4.17 and this guy's like a 4.24 or something like that. So I can't wait for one. I can't wait to see Calvin Austin III. Mike, you're right. It is like having that present once Santa isn't real anymore, and you see your presents over there in the corner, but you're not allowed to touch them until Christmas morning. It's very much like that. I just want to go over and peek. I just want to peek. That's all. Shake him a little bit. Let me.
Calvin Austin ran a 4.32 and Tyreek ran a 4.29.
Oh, there you go. That's what he said.
That
is exactly what he said.
Hopefully he has the hands, the route running, and the durability of Tyreek.
Yeah.
If so, look out.
A couple other names, Mike. A couple other names that came about over the past couple days is the Edmonds brothers. Terrell Edmonds jokes at the press conference yesterday while you're getting a lot of commentary from some free agents because there's going to be a lot moving there. He jokes he'll bring his brother linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to Pittsburgh in a package deal. Now, Tremaine is on the Bills right now, and he's a free agent after the season. Where do you we're looking for some defensive help. Can we use Tremaine?
Oh, God, yeah. He's one of the better inside linebackers in the league.
Wow.
But my thing is, why would he leave that team in Buffalo that's one of the best teams in the league to come here to Pittsburgh for a team that's kind of rebuilding? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see why he would leave there. I know Yinzers are loving it because we have one of the brothers here. So anytime you have we got the Watts, let's get all the Watts here. Oh, we got the Edmonds, let's get all the Edmonds here. That's awesome. Is cool. If we can get him here,
if he is that good, I want him.
He is that good, but I don't think he's going to want to come here.
Here's
why
the thing.
would he? Why would he want to come here?
If his brother says he could work out a deal, I'm going to trust his brother on this one.
I don't see why would he want to come here?
Maybe he hates Buffalo like everybody else. I don't know.
No, right now I wouldn't leave that team to come to Pittsburgh.
He doesn't want to live he don't want to be up there.
Well, why would he want to live in Pittsburgh?
I want to live in Pittsburgh.
God, I don't want to live in Pittsburgh. Maybe we'll get him a nice house in one of the nice areas.
Mike, the Highsmith CPR celebration. Highsmith explains. He says he would do nothing to disrespect the DeMar Hamlin situation. He said it was more or less maybe even to support it in a sense. I think that it could have.
You should have just said it was a force of habit.
Yeah. He probably should have just shut up at some point.
Yeah. It said, hey, we've, this stuff has been done before, blah, blah, blah. And, we're halfway through it and realized what we were doing. And, hey, we meant nothing by it. It's just a habit. You see someone make an effort play, like, come on, man, let's get going.
It was I feel that it was way too soon. It was just a stupid thing to say at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not they're lucky because the things that people are talking about now is was it Quay Walker? Like he felt someone bump into him, turned around, it was the trainer, and he pushed the trainer from.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah,
I seen that.
Yeah, well, hey, I give him credit. He apologized and everything to the guy, explained himself why he did it. Took all the blame. Said, yeah, I was a dumbass for this. I was an idiot for doing this. So we're lucky that he did that. These guys are Heisman's lucky that it's really not getting blown out of proportion, because that's the big thing right now is Quay Walker. They got lucky. Someone out dumbass the Steelers, baby.
Let me ask you this. Now, I'd seen this come up a couple of times, and I thought this immediately after the games were played on Sunday, the 1 o'clock games. With Miami being in the state that they're in, with New England being in the state that they're in, I think, unfortunately, Pittsburgh would have been the best team. And I'm not saying that we would have won. I'm not even saying it would have been a great game. But I think of those three teams, Pittsburgh was the best playing team as the season ended out of those three. And I think a lot of people would have liked to see a Pittsburgh first round game just to see what all the talk's about. They've had buzz all season for many reasons. And you know what? I think that Miami, if you lose, if you only beat the Jets 6-9 to 6, 11 to 6, I tend to think that maybe, just maybe, the Steelers would have it would have been more entertaining. And and people are saying that on the internet. What do you think, Mike? Of the three teams, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Miami, who would be the best team that you would want to watch in the first round if you're not a Steeler fan, if you're not if you're not a Dolphins fan?
To me, it'd be the other teams. You got Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Well, it's New England or Dolphins.
Oh, New England's the Dolphins. I'd rather have the Dolphins.
We're talking about that 8 speed, that last seed, the 7th seed.
Yeah. I'd rather have the Dolphins. I'd rather, if I was on one of those other teams, give me the Dolphins.
I'm not talking about, no, listen, I'm talking about like as a fan to watch the game. Who would be the best
as a fan?
game?
As a fan to watch the game, I'd rather watch the Dolphins than the Steelers.
You think the Dolphins are going to put up a good fight?
Yeah, you have a better quarterback, you have better wide receivers, you have more entertaining offense to watch. Yeah, I would definitely rather watch the Dolphins than the Steelers. Steelers put up 17 points a game, struggle to put up 17 points a game. Heck yeah,
well, I wish the Dolphins could put up that many points.
You know what? But Tua's coming back healthy.
He ain't played, and I don't know, Mike. They're pretty they're in pretty bad shape, dude. You have your opinion. That's fine. You're everything against the Steelers, and I've grown up with this. My dad was the same exact way. So I'm very used to your. I don't get what it is, but I totally.
I'm not against. Like, how am I being against anyone? You got Tua throwing 25 touchdowns to 8 picks, while our quarterback barely threw 7 touchdowns.
Like, the guy is barely alive. I mean,
you got Tyreek Hill, 1,700 yards.
Like the thing is, I know. Listen, I know the numbers. I'm talking about.
Watch that. They're more entertaining.
That's fine. Okay, hold on. That's fine. You watch your Dolphins. What I'm saying is, they're not playing good football. This team it basically stumbled into the playoffs by beating the Jets 9-3.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch that team. I'm just saying this does not look like a team that I want to watch in the playoffs. You know what? Put that up real quick on P. I think that the Tua should shut it down, and not for any reason other than the head injuries that this guy took. With the first one he took where his fingers were all deformed, and that one was enough for me. If he would have got when he did get his second head injury, that's when I thought that's enough. Tua should not be playing, but they're gonna risk it. They want a chance to win, so they're gonna, if they put their starting quarterback back in, they're putting him at risk, in my opinion. But
they lost 5 in a row before they barely beat the Jets. But before that, man, they were putting up some good scores, man.
You think I'd rather watch them? You think that's the team you're going to get?
I know they're more entertaining than the Steelers.
You're out of your mind.
They are.
You're out of your mind.
They are. I'm sorry, I'm not a homer, but they are. They're so much more entertaining. I'd rather watch them.
And that's your opinion. And like I said, I asked you because I knew you'd have a cockeyed opinion. But yes, Mike would like the Dolphins. And I would definitely like to watch the Steelers. I think New England would be the odd team out. I don't think there's really anybody.
I wouldn't want to watch New England because there's like no one on that team I want to watch.
There's nobody on that team.
No.
Like I said, Mike, I think it's a mistake if they do bring Tua back. I think you're putting this guy's health extreme risk.
Yeah, but they don't seem to care down there. He doesn't seem to care either. So let him go out there.
Yeah, let him kill this guy.
Hey,
it's all in the name of football, baby.
It's all in the name of football. Hey, if he wants to keep going out there, that's on him. He knows the risk.
No, it's not. They have to take responsibility and not allow that guy.
Hey,
yes,
he's
they
an
do,
adult.
Mike.
He's an adult.
Because the NFLPA is going to jump all over them and sue the shit out of them one day when he can't walk anymore.
Oh, Jesus, P. Tua takes another bad hit. He won't be able to pronounce his own last name either. Jeez. I love it. I like it.
Mike, let's see a couple more things here in sports. The Pitt football team, they finished number 22, Mike, in the final poll of the season. Number 22. This is the first consecutive time they've been in the top 25 in consecutive years since 82 and 83, the last time the Pitt was in their heyday. You could really feel this Pitt organization, basketball, football, that it's really getting a lot of momentum, and I think that that's helping out greatly with as far as getting kids to come to your school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at Mike, the transfer outs from these bigger schools. These are the transfer out numbers. These are the leaders. Texas A&M has 27 transfer outs, Florida 22, Arkansas 22, Arizona 20, Jackson State 18, no surprise there.
Oh yeah.
Miami 18, Stanford 17, California, Ole Miss, Oregon, and Arizona State all at 16 transfer outs. But I do see Pitt going the other way. Things are good. I just keep seeing commitments. Kai's coming over from, I think it was Miami. There was a kid that wanted out of there and came here. So I do like what's going on over there. And don't forget, everybody, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Pitt at number 24 Duke in the ACC. Try to stay up top. Keep trying to win these games. I don't understand why some teams are ranked the way they are in the NCAA basketball, but you know what? It is what it is. I think Clemson should be higher than, I don't know. That's a whole nother day.
Yeah, like I don't get the basketball rankings either, how they figure it out. They have a lot of stuff that goes into their rankings, not just win-loss. It's like strength of schedule, strength of opponent schedule, strength of this, strength of that. It's weird.
I have 18 things I want to do, Mike. 18 names. Listen to me. You are going to be the general manager. I'm going to give you 18 free agents. We're going to go through them real quick. You're going to tell me, do we keep this person or do we cut this person free? Are you ready?
I am ready.
Larry Okunjobi. Mike, do we keep him or cut him?
Keep him.
Mason Rudolph.
Cut him.
So we got to keep, we got to cut.
I'd like to keep him because he knows the system, but we already got Mitch, so you got to cut him. Ogunjobi, it all depends on like the health of his foot and all that fun stuff.
We're going through the names of the free agents. Got 2 out of the way. We got 18 altogether. Mike, Devin Bush, you cut him, you sign him.
Let him go.
I think he's on his way out.
Let him go. He did not improve.
Cam Sutton, Mike. Cam Sutton, should he stay or should he go?
Oh, let's keep him. Let's keep him.
Derek Watt.
Cut him. You can find a better fullback and someone who's actually better on special teams.
Jesse Davis.
Who the fuck's Jesse Davis? Cut him. Get rid of him.
Tyson Alualu.
Let him go. He is done.
Marcus Allen.
Let him go. You can find someone cheaper and better.
Terrell Edmonds.
Bring him back. Him and Mika have that chemistry, man. Bring him back. He's a good in the box safety. Yeah, his coverage skills aren't the greatest, but neither was Troy's.
So out of the first half of the players, Mike, out of the first half of the Steelers free agents, you decided to keep Okunjobi, Sutton, and Edmonds, and you've got rid of Rudolph, Bush, Watt, Jesse Davis, Tyson Alualu, and Marcus Allen.
Yes.
Now to the second half of the free agents that the Steelers are going to be dealing with this offseason. Robert Spillane, Mike.
Let him go. I'm sorry. Yeah, he racked up a lot of tackles at the end of the year, but he's piss poor in coverage, even though they love him in coverage.
Let me ask you, do you think they will cut him?
They won't cut him. They'll bring him back. They like him. He's the typical stellar. They love him. He's a good backup, but he plays too much. They bring him back as a backup, a reasonable salary. Bring him back.
Malik Reed.
Let him go. Bum.
Chris Wormley.
Ooh, good depth player. Bring him back.
KZ.
Bring him back.
I like that KZ.
I know you do.
Trenton Scott.
Let him go. Never even heard of him.
Carl Joseph.
Let him go. Hasn't done much. I think he's been hurt.
Miles Boykin.
Bring him back. He excelled on special teams. You're starting to remind me of Darius Hayward-Bay in that role.
2 left, Mike. 2 left. Pat Fryermuth's roommate, Zach Gentry.
Bring him back. They have a nice. I like all 3 of our tight ends. Like, he has to be reasonable price. I don't think he's going to get priced out. This dude has improved every year since they drafted him.
So, one more free agent, Benny Snell. It's kind of hard to keep him on anymore.
It is because right now he's just a special teams player with the emergence of Jalen Warren. But we saw how important he was, like that game when both of them were like when Najee was hurt and Benny Snell started.
Yeah.
He has that in him. But if he's you hate to get rid of him. He's playing well on special teams. I mean, if he let's bring him back. Viable special teams player.
Okay, so what we have here, Mike, we have 8 of the 18 free agents you would bring back. They are Okunjobi, Cam Sutton, Terrell Edmonds, Chris Wormley, KZ, Boykin, Snell, and Gentry. The players you would let go are Rudolph Bush, Watt, Jesse Davis, Tyson Alualu, Marcus Allen, Robert Spillane, Malik Reed, Trenton Scott, Carl Joseph. Are there any of those people that you like or that you would get rid of? Do you think the Steelers are going to just totally go against? Like the Robert Spillane, I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
No, I don't think he's going to go. He's going to come back.
Any of those players, as you were going through them, you think to yourself, you know what, this is what I think, but this is what the Steelers are going to do.
No, unless it's like, a couple of those guys that I never even heard of. They could be like depth way down on the depth chart. Those guys are ham and egg or dime and dozen players. But I think the main one is Spillane. Spillane's going to come back. They love him.
He's a little beast, man. You're right. He probably shouldn't be given too much of a workload, like he got later in the season. But as a backup, he's as good as you're going to get in the NFL with a backup. This guy, he does carry the load when he's called upon. So I do like him.
Yeah,
I think that they will keep him. So there you go, everybody. That is the list of Mike, the general manager's list of free agents, who goes, who stays. I think we have a little bit of time here. We have one more little event that I want to play.
Ooh.
Well, I gotta hook it up here. We got a special machine here.
Oh God!
This here is today is gonna be the day we go to see.
I can't wait to see what this is.
And this, Mike, I have it hooked up. You can't see it on your end, but I have a lie detector hooked up on my end here.
It's just magically gonna detect my lies.
I'm gonna ask you questions, and it's gonna read your lies, and it's gonna tell me things about you.
Okay.
I have suspicions, but I don't want to be unfair to you. I want to find out and see what the lie detector, the magic lie detector, has to say about you. All right?
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm going to ask you questions. You answer them as honestly as you can with either yes or no.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. See, that read perfect. I was surprised. I didn't think you would understand.
Me too. I was waiting for it to go off the chart.
All right. So here we go. First question, Mike. Do you laugh at the misfortune of the Pittsburgh Steelers when watching a game?
Yes.
Okay. Mike, do you tend to have beef with one or more of the players on the team at any given time?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Mike, do you ever hope that the Steelers lose?
Yes. Sometimes they deserve to lose for their actions.
Okay. Mike, have you ever looked at a man's ass and thought it looks sexy?
Like, I mean, have you looked? Have you looked at Yokozuna's ass?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Like I say so far is Mike's a very honest person. Mike, do you ever wish that any of the Steelers would get injured?
No. Never.
Mike, do you hold grudges on players over an entire off season?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm petty.
Okay. This thing's going crazy over here. No, I'm just teasing you. You're being very, very honest. You're being very honest. I appreciate that.
I know.
Mike, would you have rather watched? Did you rather watch Miami than the Steelers this coming week?
Yes.
Okay. Is it true that you wipe while you're sitting down?
No. Like, what kind of
Ooh.
savage do you think I am?
Well, that one was off the charts.
No, come on now.
All right. Okay. And one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Matt Canada should return next year?
Don't know how to answer this.
It's yes or no.
I don't. Both are true. Can you repeat the question?
Do you hope that Matt Canada returns to the Pittsburgh Steelers next season?
Yes.
Okay. The results. Give me a moment for the results to come through. The machine is doing its thing. The needle's jumping.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, what's that? Okay. So let's see. Let me match it up here. There's a chart I got to go by.
Oh, you got a chart to go by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, just as I suspected. Okay, the results are in. The results are in, everybody, from Mike's lie detector test. He was asked a half dozen, maybe a little bit more questions about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I am going to determine the state of Mike's fandom to his home team by the answers that he gave, by the way that the needle reacted.
Because I got to be able to rebut my answers.
No rebuttal. This is a lie detector. Listen, it's a lie detector. All right, so you ready for the results?
I'm ready for the results.
All right, let me get into it here. Okay, this one and this one. All right, there we go. Mike, there you have it, just as I suspected. Mike, you are, in fact, oh no, that can't be right.
Let's hear it. Let's hear how great of a fan I actually am.
You, Mike, are this weird kind of hybrid Browns fan.
I hate the Browns. Oh my God.
And the machine is going off like crazy now. It does not believe you. It does not believe what you're saying about hating the Browns.
Oh, I like how it was a yes or no thing. Now it just knows if I'm lying.
Well, now it's yeah. This is
rather convenient.
This is a different part.
Oh, okay.
It's a different mode on the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it, everybody. There you have it. The two. And here's the thing: I don't have a problem with Mike. Even if Mike wants to be a Browns fan, I could still pretend that we're equals, and you know we could move on.
I'm a Steeler fan through and through. I'm sorry when a player does something stupid, I laugh at them. If they're playing like idiots on defense, I hope they get run over. If they're playing like idiots on offense, I hope they can't do anything. They get what they deserve, and I got to find the entertainment. Otherwise, my stress level will go through the roof. I don't want to be that typical Yinzer that's out there in their front lawn destroying it or punching their TV because the Stellars lost. No,
I always wish I had the balls to do things like that.
Right?
I mean? Like I just want to punch the TV so hard sometimes. You're not going to punch a TV.
Like I used to throw remote controls because of the game pissed me off. I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I'm way too old.
So we learned a lot today, people. Today, the show went rather quickly, I thought. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
Ooh, 2dumyinzers.com. Number 2, DUMYINZERS.com. Over there, we have links to Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, 3 main platforms you can reach us on. We have links to Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams, emails, everything you need for the 2 Dum Yinzers is at 2dumyinzers.com.
All right, everybody. Thank you for that, Mike. It was very, very great.
You're welcome.
Now, the show that we do every day, we are live every day from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here. And the show that we do gets uploaded at 8 o'clock from that day at 8 o'clock in the evening over on Spotify. So if you want to listen to the show in podcast form, just go to Spotify and it's right there. Check it out. We appreciate each and every one of you. Very grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for continuing to follow us, support us, and check us out. Like one real quick story I wanted to get in today. It wasn't pro anything like that, but I just want to kind of sneak it in at the end. Did you see this guy? This 5 college basketball players from Concordia University. They collapsed and they all had to go to the hospital. Apparently, what happened was at this university, the coach was upset that a couple of the players missed curfew. So he decides to do one of these punishment practices, for everybody. And now everybody's got to deal with it because of these two. And apparently 5 players had to get rushed to the hospital because of the extent he was pushing them to punish the crew.
What a dumbass.
Yeah.
'Cause we've seen players, God, just a few years ago, one of the linemen for Maryland football, he collapsed and died. It was from the heat.
Yeah.
At these hard practices. You can't do this stuff anymore. People, we know the signs, we know what happens. You can't do this.
Yeah.
You can make them run laps, but you have to monitor them. Make sure punish them, but don't do that. Don't take it too far. That's a tyrant, not a coach.
Mike, the Concordia University did suspend its head coach after this, rightfully so. Hopefully the 5 players are okay and everything goes fine moving forward.
You can't be messing around with people's health like that.
Absolutely not. But hey, we do want to thank everybody once again. And the P, if you want to put his last one up there, Mike.
I did.
Okay. All right. Peace, y'all. Thanks a lot, P, for stopping by. We appreciate it, my man. And everybody else, we are going to be on a 23-hour break. Come back tomorrow. Check us out right here. For Mike, Ryan, the 2 Dum Yinzers. We'll see you tomorrow.